Alright, new patch notes. Lü Shang, we don't really know much about him. His skills are very vague, but let's just go through it. Ability 1, Reprimand, attacks one enemy, inflicts silence for one turn. Ability 2, Strategic Insight, casts this ability at the start of combat, gains Enlighten, grants his allies Accentuated. When he falls, removes Accentuated from all allies, and when he revives, recasts his ability. Ability 3, inflicts silence on all enemies, and after Ascension, grants all allies 3 stacks of Safeguarded. So we don't know what these buffs are. I would recommend you guys to wait for him to get into the PTR server, especially if you guys don't have enough to R6 Sakura, and also get him at least R0. If you have enough to R6 Sakura and get him R0, then you can just go ahead. But I think it's best to wait for the PTR server to see what this Safeguard and Accentuated is. So his R1 is Reprimand's final damage increase. R2 is casting Strategic Insight, which is S2. Grants all allies Safeguarded. R4, when attacked by critical hit, damage is reduced. And R6 is when Lü Shang falls, all allies gains a bonus turn. Alright, so they teased this guy in the YouTube page, and this guy has a Koi, and Koi mostly means like rebirth and something like that. I think probably the Safeguard buff is going to be a revive on your allies and himself as well. So I think his R6 is going to be pretty OP for PvP if this one is a revive, and also for PvE as well. You can make him extremely squishy so that he will always just, die from the boss's attack, and then all of your allies will just get a bonus turn. This is why I say it's best to wait for new Esper releases info before you instantly go for an R6. R6 is a very high investment, and this guy's R6, especially with the buffs that he provides, might just be the best R6 in the game right now. But we don't know just yet, so we'll just leave it at that. Li Ling, Meta Neza, pretty cool name, is a fighter who can deal huge amounts of damage after unlocking his Black Lotus Strike ability. Ability 1, damage enemy 3 times, dealing damage based on attack each time and absorbing their AP. If Li Ling's attack is higher than the target's, inflicts Sear, can't be resistant and won't miss. Ability 2, oh by the way, he's Inferno. And then this guy is Flow. His ability is unlocked if Li Ling has Expurgation at the start of his turn. Harrowing, attacks one enemy 5 times, dealing damage based on attack each time and absorbing their AP. If Li Ling's attack is higher than the target's, deals additional true damage based on attack. This is like old version of Li Ling, where he does like true damage, but instead of gaining AP, he now absorbs AP. This could be bad and good at the same time, because absorbing AP sometimes is not good because the enemy will have like 0 AP sometimes, right? Whereas if you gain AP, you will always gain the AP, regardless of whether the enemy has AP or not. Now, passive increases crit damage and damage mitigation, and grants 1 stack of Endless Fire at the beginning of the turn. Grants Tameless after casting. Ability 3, ability unlocked if Li Ling has a certain amount of Endless Fire stacks at the start of his turn. Attacks all enemy 3 times, dealing damage based on attack each time and absorbing their AP. Removes all stacks of Endless Fire after casting this ability, gains Expurgation, and after Ascension, increases damage after casting Black Lotus Strike. This new version of Li Ling is just going to be a pure DPS with a lot of AP control. All of his skills have AP control, and he's going to gain a lot of stats from these resonance. So his resonance 1, base attack, defense and HP plus 15%, additional 5% with each resonance phase. I don't think the R1 counts, so he's going to get 5 times 5% additional. So his R1, when you have him at R6, is going to give you 25% extra stats. That's insane. R2 is gains Tameless at the start of a round. R3 is just basic stats. R4 is Harrowing can be used to perform a joint attack with the ally with the highest attack. That is his S2, this one right here. R6 is gains Expurgation for 1 turn at the start of a round. Again, not a lot of info with him. Most of this stuff doesn't have any description, so we don't know how good he is. But so far he's looking pretty good. Just a pure DPS with a lot of AP controls. You can obtain him from the Seek the Unknown Black Lotus after this update. And you cannot use club stickers or ripple boxes. That kinda sucks. Celestial Anomaly Season 2 Phase 1 is coming. The theme of the CA is to seek the unknown. It consists of 4 phases, each lasting 3 weeks, with Phase 1 being unlocked in this update. Phase 1 and 2 contain Miracle Expedition, Miracle Trials, Technology Lab, Black Lotus, and Heavenly Mirror. By participating in these activities, you can acquire the limited Esper Li Ling, Shimmer Records, and growth materials. Alright, so these are the phases. Miracle Expedition consists of 3 activities: Hex Gauntlet, Point War, and Miracle Projection. Okay, Hex Gauntlet. There are 10 hexes in the Chaos Miracle that unlock sequentially. During the first 3 phases of a season, a special hex unlocks in the final phase. Each floor can only be challenged once. Each hex consists of several stages. Clear them to obtain lotus petals, test data chips, and anima keys. You will also receive the current floors rewards for every 10 floors you clear. You can use anima keys to increase the anima codex storage, which will grant you various bonus effects in combat. Alright, so this is the same as all of the other Celestial Anomaly, where you can get like the buffs. Miracle Projection. During the season, by attacking the corresponding Miracle Guardians in the current phase, you can obtain anima keys that unlock anima codex in the Hex Gauntlet and test the data chips that unlock the... okay, whatever. Okay, Point War has been upgraded for a limited time. During the season, you can use special effects obtained from the Hex stage to attack opponents. The rewards for an Esper's mission can only be claimed after you have... okay, so this... we already have this in Season 1 of Celestial Anomaly. Technology Lab is open for 4 phases, each lasting for 21 days. Okay, we have this as well in the Season 0 Celestial Anomaly. Black Lotus, this one is new. During Phase 1 and 2, join activities to obtain Lotus Petals, which can be used for requests in the Black Lotus pool. You can obtain keepsakes via request. Collect enough keepsakes to get limited Esper Li Ling, Meta Nezza. So it is summonable. I don't know why they say it's free. Maybe they'll give like exactly enough to get you a free copy. But if it's the same as Daji or Yamato, it's not entirely free, because if you get really unlucky, you could not get the Daji. So we'll see how much they give. If they give enough, then it's gonna be free. Alright, so the theme show, Way of Mastery, we are going to get Loyalty Chest number 4, which gives you Normal, Tricky, Hype, Bayondina, Elliot, Ophelia, Ashley, Intisa, and Changji. Again, the best choice is probably going to be Narmer, Ophelia, Changji, and then Ashley, probably Tricky. Yeah, Tricky first. Elliot and Intisa is last. I'm probably going to go for Ophelia, because I have these already at R6, most of them. And my Ophelia is currently at R2. And she's pretty good at R6. And Battle Redux is also going to be back, which means we're going to get a Divinate pack as well. Okay, as for the limited time featured Echo, we'll get Li Ling, the normal version. We still don't know what they're going to do with this normal version, whether you can run them in the same team or not. If you can, it's going to be pretty weird. And then we also have TA for week 2. We're going to have Hilda and Fumitsuki. Most of them are just pretty much like a skip. And then for the last one, Fatima and Amir. Amir is a pretty good one, but you don't really need him. He doesn't really change an account that much, except for like the, you know, this type of events where there's like wave clearing. Then Amir is gonna be very good. But outside of that, he's not needed. With this lineup of limited time featured Echo, you can pretty much skip all of them, except for maybe this guy. We'll have to wait for his info. And championship will be up in 27th of September, so keep that in mind. Make sure you stock up on your resources. As usual, Greywater Bootleg Market is also going to be back, so keep your restones for that. It's going to be up for only a week, and finally some adjustments. But yeah, that's about it. Again, not much info on the new Espers, including Li Ling. We don't know what the buffs are, especially this guy. Like, his kit looks absolutely barren. All of this stuff is just new buffs. Safeguarded, and then what? Enlightened, Accentuated. So we can't really tell how good he's gonna be. So once again, if you only have enough to R6 Sakura and you don't have enough Wishstones left to get him at least R0, it might be best to wait for his info when the PTR server goes live. But if you do have enough to R6 Sakura and get him R0, then go right ahead. R6 Sakura is still one of the best units in the game. I'm not trying to say you should skip her. I'm just trying to say that this guy might be better than her based off of his buffs. You never know what his buffs are gonna do. He boosts allies based on their Esper-Types. This buff right here might be, you know, 100% attack boost to fighter Espers, 100 speed to your supports, 100% defense to your defender Espers, then he's gonna be OP. He's gonna be the best support in the game if it's that kind of numbers for each of those Esper types. I still haven't summoned for my R6 Sakura, but I have enough wish stones to go for his R1, and I have enough ripple boxes to go for his R4. His R6 might be a game changer as well. Even in PvE, you can make him super squishy, and I think one of this buff is going to be a revive skill so that he can just spam his R6 in PvP and in PvE. So your allies is gonna get a bunch of bonus turns, and it's just gonna be crazy. That's about it. Ciao.